Hi everyone, and welcome to a holiday DIY demo video. Today's video, we will be making doilies into snowflakes. The materials that you will need to do this project will be doilies, any size, small, larger ones, or medium, a pair of scissors, a watercolor paint set, paint brushes, a cup of water or a bowl, and a pipe cleaner. So, like I said, we will be using doilies as our main canvas. I'm going to be using a medium-sized doily, but like I said, any size doily you want to use, it's totally up to you. So, first we're going to take our doily, we're going to place it on a piece of paper or anything, paper towels, whatever you want to use, to make sure that your surfaces don't get paint on it. It's very difficult to get watercolor paint, believe it or not, out of your table. Take my word for it. So, I'm going to start by dipping my paintbrush into the water and then choosing a color that I would like to have for the back part of my doily, like the main color. So I'm going to start with a dark blue. You can have, if you don't have this sort of paint set, you have one with either brighter colors or darker colors, only one line. It's up to you how you would like your snowflake to look, but if you want to stick more traditional and go with a blue, then you can use a dark blue or a light blue mixed a little bit with, I think black would do it. Yeah, because you want to make a darker color, and if you only have a lighter blue, you want to use just a little bit of black mixed in with your blue in order to get it a little bit darker. I know, I'm not 100% sure about that. I do know that if you have a darker color and you want it to be a little bit lighter, that you can stick a little white in it and mix it with that dark color until it is the desired shade that you are looking for. I tend to go lighter rather than darker because I have a lot of dark colors, dark paints that I use at home for projects. So when I want a lighter color, I tend to mix my colors. So as you go around, you just want to make brush strokes. You want to be very careful with how you're painting, because doilies, especially the ones that you'll be using, they're paper. A lot of people associate doilies with lace and other fabric type materials, but they do make paper doilies, you know, like they make disposable cups and plates and whatnot. They have paper ones as well. And so because of that, we're going to make sure that we are not too rough with how we're painting. We just want to lightly brush on top of our doily with the paint, and because it's watercolor, it tends to seep in to the paper, which is very nice. So there's really no need to go over the same area multiple times to make the color stand out. So you can continue painting your doily that one color until the whole doily is complete. But if not, you want to just color a little bit, you know, space it around, like make splotches, totally up to you. You can do that as well. So now I'm going to move on to my next color. I'm going to use this purple. I like using dark purple because, well, regular old snowflakes, even though they really don't have a color, they're more like a very interesting blue, icy white color. I think purple as just that little fun touch to a wintry scene. And so, plus I think purple and blue go really well together. So I like to use a little bit of purple in my design when I'm coloring or painting winter scenes, you know. Not as much as I'm doing. You see I'm adding a lot of purple with my blue. You don't have to do this much, but just because I want to make it a little unique, I'm going to paint it like so. Okay. And now I like to add a little bit of green, the darker one. I tried the lighter one. It was very lime color, which is totally fine, but that wasn't what I was looking for. So if you want, make sure you use the darker green color when you're painting. And you can mix it with your blues, or like I said, you know, if it's too dark for you. Like here, I'll show you. I'm using the dark green on my doily. You will see that it allows for a much lighter green color. So if you have a much darker green, like a forest or pine green, which I know that they make, you definitely might want to add not as much of it, or lighten it with some white to make it a bit lighter in color with your snowflake. Right, so now I'm going to go back to that blue again, and I'm going to add another layer of blue to my doily. Okay, so got another layer of blue here, and I did. Again, I'm going sort of in a stripe pattern. You can go in any direction you want. You don't have to stick with one color. After I'm done with all of my layers, I'm going to try to blend them a little bit together, sort of make it seem more cohesive rather than separate. Now I'm going to add this light blue that I have down here to the bottom portion of my doily. And make it have that sort of icy, wintry look to it. Again, I'm making sure I go very gently with my doily. And when you are allowing your doily to dry, and this is very important because I have made a bunch of these lately for a little, you know, snow effect as a decor for winter. And what I did was allow my snowflakes to dry. Doesn't take that long because it's watercolor. It's mainly water, and water doesn't take very long to dry up. And so I would say a little bit more than 20 minutes, which probably is a little bit too long. But just keeping eye on your doilies when they're drying, because if you leave them like I am on a piece of paper towel, it will stick. Because there's so many holes in them and it's paper, it will stick to the paper towel, and then it will be very hard to lift up without ripping the paper. So you want to make sure that when you are done painting, that you lift it off of the paper before it's completely dry. That way it doesn't stick to your paper towel or whatever you're using, and then become, you know, it ruins the design that you're looking for. So here I have what I've finished so far. Got like a little bit of the blues in there with some green and some purple. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna use a bit of white that I have here. I know it's very hard to see. on the camera. We use a bit of white for my blending, so it sort of brings them all together. Makes it seem like a nice wintry mix. I'm going to move on to the next step. So, I have here another one that I've completed. As you can see, my mistake, I left it to dry on the paper too long and it split in some areas, but you know, no two snowflakes are alike, so it sort of fits with the theme of snowflakes. So this one's completely dry. So now what we want to do is we want to take our snowflakes, or completely dry snowflakes, and we want to fold them so that we can make our snowflakes. So first what you want to do is you want to flip over your doily and you want to fold it in half. You can try to match corner to corner, you know, with each side, so it's even, symmetrical. And so there, I folded it one way, folded it in half, like a taco, little taco. And then I want to fold it again, this time horizontal instead of lengthwise. So I've taken one fold and then I folded it again, so when I opened it up, it now has 4 creases. And from there, you can leave it as such and start cutting it. But if you want more patterns and more areas to cut, smaller ones, you can fold it one more time into what I like to call a ice cream cone. And if you want, like if you have bigger ones, or if you want to try and make it smaller, however many folds you want to fit into it, it's all your preference. So now that I have my snowflake folded, I'm going to take my scissors and I just want to make certain lines. So you can do straight lines, you can do off to the side angled lines. So I'm just gonna, I love cutting off the tip here to make a really interesting middle part. So I did that one right there. I can do another cut on an angle, make like a little triangle that I've cut out there, and then another one on the other side as well. It will cut for me. Ah, there it goes. So there I have one here, a cut there. And I mean, you can cut up here where there's a bit of a design from the doily. I like to keep that just because it already has a lot of holes in it already, so it'd be much more difficult to see the design if you do cut into it, and just because I think it's pretty. So I'm just going to do one more, kind of make like a curve shape, like that. All right. So once you've done cutting up your snowflakes, you want to carefully unfold it. And voila, there you have it. It's an interesting snowflake. And I have a few more designs here that I've done prior. This one I tried cutting into the top part, which was helpful. It did make a really cool design a little bit, but I did do a little bit at the top here, and so my snowflake ended up having some open pieces per se. And again, if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. It's your snowflake, and like I said, no two snowflakes are alike. The other thing is, if you don't like using watercolors because you think it's a little bit too messy and whatnot, I have also done it with markers, and you can draw on the markers, and if you want to create a design that sort of makes it look like it blends together. You can use rubbing alcohol, you can use peroxide, you can use lemon juice, I've heard works really well, and you just dab it on lightly to your doily, which will bleed through, so be careful. But with your markers, you can also create a design like that, and then you just do the same step with folding. So now that we've done that and we have our snowflakes here that we have made, I'm going to take my pipe cleaner. I don't want to have this big long one. It's really too long for me, so I'm going to cut it in half. And I just want to have like a little one that I can fold very easily. And I'm going to take the one we just did, and I can either create a hole with a hole puncher or something, but I'm just going to use the holes that the doily already comes with. I'm going to slide it in, and I'm just going to twist off the top, because I don't really need to tie it if I don't want to. I'm just going to twist it around itself so it stays. And now I've created a nice snowflake doily ornament to hang on my tree or in my window, you know, anywhere I feel could use a little DIY decor for the holidays. I can do that. And there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this holiday DIY with me today. And if I don't hear from you or see from you, I hope you have a wonderful and safe holiday season. Goodbye for now.